Welcome back to another video. Sleek back, and now I feel like I'm bald. Ever since I've started my YouTube channel, I have not been very consistent with it, but this time I really want to try my best to be. So that's kind of what today's video is going to be. I really just want to connect with you guys. So today's video, I'm just going to be sharing a little bit about myself with you guys. I also love to get to know you. So if you want to comment anything about yourself, it sounds so teachery. Is this giving icebreaker? Like, please let me know. Let's get into this video. I was gonna play music and then I realized YouTube has this whole copyright thing. Who the heck am I? To start off, my name is Nikki. I am 25 years old and I live in New Jersey. I've actually only ever lived in New Jersey. I've been to a couple other states, been abroad, but honestly, I love New Jersey so much. I'm kind of at that point in my life where I'm beginning to think about moving out, and honestly, I can't see myself leaving New Jersey other than London. I can't talk about studying abroad without thinking about all those memes. I did spend a semester abroad in London. I think I've worn this shirt in almost every single video. It's so comfortable, light and airy. Studied abroad my junior year of undergrad. It was truly the best time of my life. I went by myself. None of my friends were going. I didn't know anybody in the school that I went to, so I was really just on my own. Gotta figure it out, sis. And I did. I had tonsillitis abroad. I took my first solo trip to Ireland. I went to Paris. I went to Malta. You really learn a lot about yourself. I just make sure the brows are good. She slayed. She slayed. I'm getting ready for dinner. Did I even fully introduce this video as a get ready with me and get to know me? I don't think I did. Welcome to that. I mentioned undergrad, but this past May, I actually just graduated with my master's in clinical mental health counseling. Even as a kid, I always wanted to help people. I do faint at the sight of blood, so that quickly ruled out the medical field for me. This shade is a little too light still. Not mad at it because it means that I've been in the sun this summer. Oh my gosh, my forehead is so dark. We're just gonna take a little bit of this glowy gel. Okay, nobody look at my hairline. Like now it's kind of looking a little better. Note to self, get a summer shade. Can't forget my neck. Oh, where did that go? So nowhere near my neck. Okay, what am I doing? I'm gonna get a makeup wipe. I was pretty fortunate to go into undergrad already knowing what I wanted to do, learning my lesson. In high school, I ended up having some free electives. I've always been rather fascinated with the way that people do things, how people think, certain social constructs. My guidance counselor at the time was like, why don't you take a psychology course? I went into undergrad being a psychology major. I had an internship my senior year that really motivated me to continue school. I actually was very ambitious. I didn't know anything about sort of the field of psychology in terms of certifications and stuff like that. Straight out of undergrad, I decided to apply to doctorate programs like right out the gate. Needless to say, didn't get in. But everybody offered great feedback. I think almost all of the schools were like, get your master's first, get more experience. Ended up taking the fall semester off, and then I started my master's program in the spring of 2021, and now we're here. I've talked about coming back to content creation, and even though I've stepped away from it a few times, I've never stopped loving it. My sister and I used to do gymnastics for pretty much almost all of our lives. My parents like to record our meets, and on the times that my sister was competing and I wasn't, I would take the camcorder, I would film. Half the time I end up just filming myself anyway. Fast forward to when I was a teenager and Facebook was a thing. I started singing randomly and I posted videos of myself singing. I would do all these funny videos and just like post random pictures. Always loved that kind of stuff. I just didn't know that it was content creation. Honestly, it's looking pretty good, if I do say so myself. Powder puff. I forget this little guy every time. When I was a kid, we used to go on vacation all the time as a family, and one vacation I ended up chipping this front tooth on a pole. I honestly don't even know what I was doing. I think I was playing with my sister, and it was like one of those ceramic poles. It wasn't cute, it wasn't pretty, it wasn't like ha 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 funny. It was rough. We're okay. People usually do their nose. I feel like people do their nose. In my quarter of a century time on this earth, I've only ever been in one relationship. To be honest, I go back and forth about whether I was even in love. I think for what I knew love to be at that time, I would say that I was in love. I still am very hopeful that I will find love. Should we do 3 dots of blush? Why not? Have fun. I think sleeping with socks on is kind of criminal. I think you can tell a lot about a person based on who they spend the most time with. My lucky number has always been 8, but I honestly couldn't tell you why it is. If I'm being so honest, I genuinely think it was because in middle school, like all of my friends were like, oh, my lucky number's this, my lucky number's that. And when I got asked my lucky number, I didn't have one, so I was like, 8 seems cool. It was lying straight through my teeth. Nothing if not consistent, so I will commit to a bit. If you ask me today what my lucky number is, I would stay true to my middle school self. My lucky number is 8. I use this pro foundation brush for literally everything. Growing up, I used to be so shy. Now I would definitely say I'm more extroverted. I'm trying to remember when that shift might have happened. One day I just started talking more, socializing more. Oh, definitely did that way too close to the nose. Oh. I love watching my highlight on my nose for some reason. Oh, we will get to that. Don't you worry. Also, don't know if I'm lactose intolerant. For the last, maybe like not even 2 years. I think for the last year, my stomach has just been crazy. Do I feel better when I don't have dairy? Yes. Am I not as bloated? Yes. But here's the thing. Sometimes I will have like pizza or ice cream and I will be totally good. Other times I'll have it, not good. When it's bad, it's bad. I start talking, apologizing for every bad thing I've ever done in life and saying like, I will be a better person from now on if you just let me survive this. I don't know, but I still kind of go back to it. My dad is lactose intolerant and he became that way like later in life. So I wouldn't be surprised if it's happening to me, but I'm still not fully convinced. If you ever wonder how I make a decision, just look at my notes app. Something I've read that's really put my life into perspective is Steve Jobs' final essay. I reached the pinnacle of success in the business world. In some others' eyes, my life is the epitome of success. However, aside from work, I have little joy. In the end, my wealth is only a fact of life that I am accustomed to. At this moment, lying on my bed and recalling my life, I realize all the recognition and wealth that I took so much pride in have paled and become meaningless in the face of my death. You can employ someone to drive the car for you, make the money for you, but you cannot have someone bear your sickness for you. Material things lost can be found or replaced, but there is one thing that can never be found when it's lost. Life. Whichever stage in life you are in right now, with time you will face the day when the curtain comes down. Treasure love for your family, love for your spouse, love for your friends. Treat yourself well and cherish others. As we grow older and hopefully wiser, we realize that a $300 or a $30 watch both tell the same time. You will realize that your true inner happiness does not come from the material things of this world. Whether you fly first class or economy, if the plane goes down, you go down with it. Therefore, I hope you realize when you have mates, buddies, and old friends, brothers and sisters who you chat with, laugh with, talk with, have sing-songs with, talk about north, south, east, west, or heaven and earth, that is true happiness. Don't educate your children to be rich, educate them to be happy. So when they grow up, they will know the value of things and not the price. Eat your food as your medicine, otherwise you will have to eat medicine as your food. The one who loves you will never leave you for another, because even if there are 100 reasons to give up, he or she will find a reason to hold on. There is a big difference between being a human being and being human. Only a few really understand it. You are loved when you are born, you will be loved when you die. In between, you have to manage. The 6 best doctors in the world are sunlight, rest, exercise, diet, self-confidence, and friends. Maintain them in all stages and enjoy a healthy life. truly think one of the best things you can do for yourself is be intentional. I have noticed the biggest difference in myself and also how peaceful my life is when I walk through it with an element of intentionality. Being selective with who you hang out with, how you spend your time, way you move your body, like the type of workouts that you do, how you plan for your future. Adding small bits of that into everyday life really makes a bigger impact than we even realize. Sometimes whenever I'm doubting myself, I don't know who said it or where I heard it, but essentially the gist of it is like everybody is experiencing life for the first time. Get rid of the fact that you have to do things a certain way, illusion of normality. So considering how we started with the foundation, I didn't expect us to end up here. Really like it. I'm also in my little chef era. Anytime I say little chef, I think of Ratatouille. I am by no means at that level. I wasn't expecting myself to talk this much. I feel like is always one thing I underestimate. I had like 14, 15 things written down and I was like, oh, there's no way I'm gonna talk this much. I won't even get through all of them. And here I am with nothing left. Well, that sounded a little dark. One thing I feel like I've gotten a lot better at is taking compliments. I saw somebody like kind of ripped their eyelashes out with an eyelash curler, so I kind of hold my breath every time I curl my lashes. I know this is not a unique experience in any way, but for the longest time, whenever somebody would give me a compliment, I would be like, oh no, like, no. What message am I sending to myself? It's like you want to be confident, but then you feel like if you accept the compliment, then you're arrogant. Probably just goes into the double standard of being a woman. I feel a lot better about myself. It's like, no, I can accept compliments and also, you know, like that doesn't need to change anything, or I'm not sometimes, I don't know if any of that's making sense, but I think that's pretty much it. Just lips. And then, what are we feeling? My favorite has been the Fenty Beauty Fussy. Also, I chipped this nail today. It's so minuscule, you can barely see it. Whenever one of my nails chips or there's like a little polish that flaked off, time to scrap the whole thing. My natural lip color just added a little shine. This was such a fun video. I enjoyed hanging out with you guys. I hope you feel the same. I really like this style, like sitting down, chatting. Definitely have to do it again. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. I hope that you got to learn a little bit more about me. I would love to know something about you, so if you want to, feel free to comment anything down below. Don't forget to subscribe just so that you make sure you are all up to date on everything. I will see you guys when I see ya. Bye.